Good morning, my dear students. I am extremely happy to meet you all for a video presentations like this as usual. As I used to tell you, those who are interested in having automatic notification about the new videos being uploaded in the channel, please subscribe by clicking the subscribe button as well as the bell icon. Those who feel it is really good for all the students who are going to face the board examination class 10 of CBSE, you can forward it to your friends and you can advise them to subscribe and then watch. Subscription has no charges. Anyway, we might have seen the earlier video meant for class 10 of CBSE, the relationship between the zeros and the coefficients of the polynomial for quadratic as well as cubic polynomials also. Now, let me think about some more examples. It goes like this, okay? Sum of the zeros of a quadratic polynomial is 2 and product is, okay, let me take 12 and 20, let us say, for sum is 12. Okay, you know very well how to get the polynomial. Find the polynomial. That's a question. Find the polynomial. That is the question given to you. Just listen. If alpha, beta are the zeros, then polynomial is given by x square minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha beta. You can factorize this. Once you factorize this, you will get it to be x minus alpha and x minus beta. Okay, to be the factors and equating to 0 will get it to be alpha beta. That's the real idea. Therefore, here the polynomial with 12 as sum and 20 as product of the zeros. Product of zeros is given by x square minus 12x plus 20. I repeat, you know very well if alpha beta are the zeros, x square minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha beta will be the corresponding polynomial, quadratic polynomial, you know very well. Therefore, if the sum of the zeros is 12 and product is 20, the equation is given by x square minus alpha plus beta is already given to be 12. Alpha beta is given to be 20. Therefore, x square minus 12x plus 20 will be the final answer. I think it is clear. You are able to follow. Okay, let me take another example. Okay, just I'll take from the book itself, just 2 minutes, you please wait. Sum of the zeros and product, it is given in the question itself here itself. Let me just check from the book, one problem from the book. Sum is lesser, let us say minus 1 by 4 and product is 1 by 4. Sum is minus 1 by 4, product is 1 by 4. It is given in the question from the book, let me say. Okay, let me take. Okay, answer is required polynomial. Required polynomial is x square minus of minus 1 by 4 into x plus 1 by 4, which is equal to x square plus 1 by 4x plus 1 by 4, which will be 4x square plus x plus 1 whole by 4. Or if you eliminate this 4 which is in the denominator, answer won't get changed. Answer won't get affected. Answer won't get affected. You can have it as 4x square plus x plus 1 whole divided by 4, or you can very well equate it to write it as 4x square plus x plus 1. Both are same. Both will be the same. both will give you the same answer. It will not make any difference in finding the zeros of the polynomial. It will not make any difference in finding the zeros of the polynomial. It will not make any difference in finding the equation of the polynomial. Okay, 4x squared plus x plus 1 will be the final answer. Okay, just anyway, we'll just see another example. Okay, another particular case, another different concept. Okay, different concept. Just listen carefully. You might have seen in numbers. Okay, just listen. Let us just divide 13 by, let us say, 4. If I divide 13 by 4, I'll get 3 4s are 12. I'll get it to be remainder. Okay, now therefore this 13 can be written as 4 into 3 plus 1. Okay, here this is known as dividend. The quantity which is being divided is called the dividend. Okay, the quantity by which we divide is called the divisor. How many 4s are there? You might have found out. That is called the quotient. This is called the quotient. And finally what we get at the end, this is called remainder. Let me repeat. I am dividing 13 by 4. There are 3 4s in 13. Because 4 4s is beyond 13. 3 4s are 12. The remainder I'll get it to be 1. I'll be able to write 13 as 4 into 3 plus 1. Here 13 which is being divided is known as the dividend. The quantity by which we divide is called the divisor. How many 4s are there? You might have found out at the beginning. That is called the quotient. And what you get at the end after subtraction is called the remainder. Therefore, that's applicable for any such case. Therefore, you can easily, after dividing one number by another, a greater number by a smaller number, you can find such cases. And this particular rule, dividend equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder, is known as division algorithm for numbers. The same thing is applicable for polynomials also. The same thing is applicable for polynomials also. Just listen, let me just check. Okay, x square plus 4x plus 1. Let me divide it by x plus 2. Okay, what happens? Let us see. X square by x is x. Therefore, I'll get x square plus 2x. Here, while you subtract, this will go off. 2x plus 1. 2x by x is 2. Therefore, 2x plus 4 I will get here. I will remainder to be minus 3. Therefore, let me just check here divisor into whatever I did earlier. Okay, divisor into quotient plus remainder. Let me just, this rule is going to be true here or not. I will check. The quantity by which I divide is called the divisor. Therefore, x plus 2. Okay, and here I will get it to be again x plus 2. Quotient here is x plus 2 and remainder here is minus 3. Therefore, this is reduced to x square plus 4x plus 4 minus 3, which is reduced to x square plus 4x plus 1. This is equal to dividend. Therefore, after dividing one quantity by another quantity, one polynomial by another polynomial, I'll be able to get a quotient as well as a remainder at the end. Okay. Therefore, the quantity by which we divide is called the dividend here, as we did in the case of ordinary numbers. Okay. Here, this is called the divisor. How many? The quantity by which the polynomial by which you divide is called the divisor, and this is called the quotient, and the one at the end what we get is called the remainder. Therefore, I'll try to simplify divisor into quotient plus remainder. Divisor x plus 2, quotient is also x plus 2. This is x square plus 4x plus 4 plus the remainder is minus 3. What is x square plus 4x plus 1? Nothing but dividend. It is applicable for any two polynomials. Therefore, you have a theorem, okay, which is called division algorithm for polynomials. It goes like this: if two polynomials p of x comma q of x are given, or let us say q may be used for quotient. You may even call it as g of x. Okay, with degree of p of x is greater than degree greater than or equal to, we can even have g of x, then we can identify, okay, two polynomials. We can identify two polynomials q of x comma r of x such that p of x is equal to g of x into q of x plus r of x, where r of x is equal to 0 or degree of r of x is less than degree of g of x. This is how the rule goes. Okay, I repeat, if two polynomials p of x, g of x are given with degree of p of x is greater than or equal to degree of g of x, then we can identify two polynomials p of x comma r of x such that p of x can be written as g of x into q of x plus r of x, where whether either r of x is 0 or degree of r of x is less than degree of g of x. If r of x is exactly 0, I mean to say p of x is divisible by g of x, I will say. If r of x not equal to 0, I will say p of x is not divisible by g of x. Or if r of x equal to 0, I will say g of x exactly divides p of x. If r of x not equal to 0, g of x is not divisible, does not divide p of x. These are the things you are supposed to remember. Okay, this particular rule is known as division algorithm for polynomials. Here the quantity p of x which is being divided is known as the dividend. The quantity by which we divide is called divisor, and the q of x is called the quotient. R of x which we get at the end is called the remainder. Okay, let me repeat once again. If two polynomials p of x, g of x are given with the degree of p of x greater than or equal to degree of g of x, then we can identify two polynomials q of x, r of x such that p of x is equal to g of x into q of x plus r of x, where r of x, either r of x is equal to 0 or degree of r of x is less than degree of g of x. Here the degree here is 0. Okay, here the degree is 1. Okay, it is smaller. Okay, degree of remainder should be less than degree of the divisor. That is what you are supposed to remember. Such a rule is known as division algorithm for polynomials. Here the polynomial p of x is being divided is called the dividend. The polynomial g of x by which we divide is called the divisor. The polynomial q of x which we get is called the quotient. The one which we get at the end, r of x, is known as the remainder. If r of x exactly is equal to 0, we mean to say p of x is divisible by g of x, or we say g of x exactly divides p of x. If r of x not equal to 0, we say p of x is not divisible by g of x, or g of x is not dividing p of x. G of x does not divide p of x. These are the things you are supposed to remember. You can even remind here dividend equal to quotient divisor plus remainder. What is being tested in the previous case is being verified in the previous example. Okay, now for the problem, how we get it over here will be problem. What we get it over here will be, okay, problem what we get over here will be, it goes like this. Okay, divide x square plus 7x plus 10 by x plus 1 and find quotient comma remainder and verify division algorithm. Division algorithm. This is what the question given to you. Let me take another pen. Just 2 minutes. Listen carefully. Let me do long division. X square plus 7x plus 10. I'll divide by x plus 1. I'll first divide x square by x. I'll write x over here. x into x is x square, x into 1 is x. While you subtract 7x minus x becomes 6x. I'll bring 10 down. 6x by x becomes 6. Therefore, I mean to say 6x, of course, plus 6. While you subtract, here again I am subtracting. While you subtract, I will get it to be 4. Therefore, here dividend is equal to, this is x square plus 7x plus 10. Okay, then divisor, let me write divisor. What is my divisor? Divisor is equal to x plus 1. Okay, my quotient is anyway x plus x. The remainder is equal to 4. Now let me check quotient into remainder plus quotient into, sorry, I'm extremely sorry, quotient into divisor, sorry, I'm sorry, plus remainder. I wrote something wrong over there, sorry. What is my quotient? X plus 6. What is my divisor? X plus 1. Okay, what is my remainder here? 4. This becomes x square plus 6x plus x is 7x. Okay, 7x plus 6 plus 4, which is 7x plus 6 plus 4, which is x square plus 7x plus 10, which is equal to dividend. You can give the conclusion. Thus, division algorithm is verified for the given polynomials. Let me repeat the answer once again. Divide x square plus 7x plus 10 by x plus 1 and find the quotient remainder and verify division algorithm. Okay, x square plus 7x plus 10. What I should do is I should divide x square by x. I'll get x over here. X into x is x square, x into 1 is x. Subtraction, x square minus x square goes off. 7x by x is 6x. Okay, this 10 is brought down. 6x by x is 6, 6 into x is 6x, 6 into 1 is 6, 10 minus 6x, 6 goes off, 10 minus 6 is 4. My dividend is x square plus 7x plus 10. My divisor is x plus 1. My quotient is x plus 6, remainder is 4. Quotient into, by mistake I wrote remainder earlier, I'm sorry. Okay, quotient into divisor plus remainder is, quotient is x plus 6. Divisor into quotient, quotient to divisor, either way you can write, doesn't matter. X plus 6 into x plus 1 plus 4 is x square plus 6x plus x is 7x, 6 into 1 is 6, 6 plus 4, x square plus 7x plus 10. That is my dividend. Therefore, quotient, divisor plus remainder is equal to dividend. This is how we check your division algorithm for the given polynomials. Thus, division algorithm for given polynomials is verified. That is how it is being written. Okay. Let me continue the rest in the next video. Okay, I'll just go through once again. If there is any correction, I'll definitely add it up further. Thank you, students, for patient watching.